job fair tomorrow, but are you really ready?
We have an etiquette expert in-house who will be sharing some of the strategies that could get you noticed and help you land that job.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Well, putting the spotlight on jobs now, there is a career fair in Sacramento tomorrow. If you're looking for a job, we're highlighting some of the best ways to get noticed, put your best foot forward. Joining us is etiquette consultant Rebecca Black. Oftentimes, folks have been to a number of these. Maybe they're not taking them as seriously as they should be, or thinking this could actually open a serious doorway to a real good-paying job, right?
Exactly, and I think that that's the biggest problem well, if it's always been this problem, people don't take it seriously. They don't really consider that this could be a job. This is like a job interview. So dress the part, know who's going to be there. If you know that companies from XYZ are going to be there, go to the websites, find out what they're working on. If you want a certain type of job, know what that job entails so that you can be ready for that mini interview.
Sure, and maybe even do a little research on the company.
Exactly.
If you say, hey, that sales position looks great, but I don't know anything about that company, learn about it, right?
Exactly, because when you do go for an interview, you want to look like you already fit in. So why not do that for the career fair? Because there have been people hired directly from the career fair.
What do you think one of the biggest mistakes people make?
Basically not being prepared.
Okay.
Wearing the right clothing, and today it's the cell phone.
Right.
Their cell phones ring, they take it out, they look at it, and the person who's behind the booth, they go, oh, well, not hiring that person.
Right, and I mean, that's something you take for granted. Even having it ring when you're there can turn a potential employee off, or employer off, correct?
Exactly, and also bringing in non-essential people. I'm sorry, but get a babysitter.
Right.
Yes.
That's a big one too, and that can be a tough one, but it is very important.
Right.
Talk to me about how should somebody carry themselves? I mean, you want to be assertive, but you don't want to be too in people's face, correct? I mean, that can be a problem too, right?
Yes, exactly. Employers are looking for people with very good people skills. So yes, be assertive, but be very, very polite. Take all of your manners. Take cues, your body cues. If a person looks like, okay, I've had enough, back away.
Is it okay to ask, even during a mini interview, ask your own question when they have finished? Could you ask a couple of your own questions?
Oh, exactly, and that's where what you said at the beginning comes into play. Know something about the company, know something about those positions that are open so that you can ask those pertinent questions.
Sure. Is it ever okay to ask the question of, why do you have this vacancy, or something like, because curious, like, why is this job open now? Or is that okay to ask something like that?
Actually, that's an interesting question. I've really never heard it before. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Sure, because you're just wondering why it might be open.
Exactly.
And get a little more insight into the company, I would think. Well, let's get some information here for you, Rebecca, on job fair information. Tomorrow, April 8th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., Embassy Suite Hotel, 100 Capitol Mall, you'll know where that is. Employers include Edward Jones, Mass Mutual, New York Life, State Farm, Sears, Verizon. Start researching. Good?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Very good. Thank you so much. Always nice to see you.
It's nice to see you.
All right, 8:22.